Yeah, like beforehand, man. She didn't let me get to that step.
Like you look more alive, like awake.
Yeah la 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 la, 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 ya marhaba.
I feel like it's still hard for me. They have a lot of
Not even
building to
that,
do.
like, I feel like our parents play it's our parents' duty to kind of make us feel like we are who we are and we're amazing actually. Because if we embody it from a young age, so I know teenagers find it difficult because they're going through a stage where they don't know what's happening with their own bodies and they don't know what's going on in their head. So at that time, before then, as young kids, if that's been embodied in our head that you are beautiful the way you are, when you grow older, it becomes easier to adapt to it and it becomes easier to embody it.
It does, but then when you get to school as well, there's the idea of trying to fit in and trying to be like in like the cool crowd or like with the popular kids, and then if you don't fit in, then it's like no matter how much like your parents or your family tell you you're amazing, you're not going to accept that.
Yeah.
I mean, the parents can help, but you're always going to know something different in high school.
Yeah. Fair.
Like I've got a 14-year-old sister, and she has a completely different upbringing to me. I was raised up in Saudi Arabia. Now she's been raised up in Canada. So her mentality of, for example, modest wear is different to mine. For her, if she was to wear something that is just above the knees, it's for an occasion. Because that's what her friends at school have said. We wear, short dresses whenever we have family dinners or, things like that.
In Saudi Arabia.
No, that's in Canada. Whereas for me, it was you wear something long in order to be modest. So for her as well, her friends she classifies herself as chubby for her age, right? And truth be told, I was bigger than her at her age, but I always said to her, whatever happens, whether you lose the weight or not, believe me, this will humble the crap out of you, because you don't realize it up until you come out of school. The way you perceive your body image or the way you use your body to do certain things. For example, if someone has attacked you for the way that you look, there's no point in responding to that person. They don't make a difference in your life. If someone has perceived you in a certain way, for example in PE, they didn't pick you, so what? It's not the end of the world. So I always
It's very
tell
hard
her,
to accept that.
Especially when you're young, a lot of
Yeah.
people even look at, I don't know, suicide. Like
Yeah.
even in my school, it was predominantly white, and there were very little Asians and black people, and they were just focusing on white people. The black people and Asians will be outsiders, so they're not really fitting in. And when they do try to fit in, they're either too big or they're too skinny or that sort of thing.
Disenfranchised, basically.
Yeah.
It's really sad. It's really sad.
But at the same time, I like what you said about how it will humble you, because I was actually thinking that if I was born to be more fitter, would I have such a banging personality? I'm sorry.
It's true.
it's true. I tell you why I
Yeah,
say
I
that,
mean-
because like for me, after I passed a certain age during my teenage years, everyone stopped looking at me and saying, "Oh, she's the fat girl," and started saying,
You work hard on
"She's
your
the one
personality."
with the bubbly personality."
Yeah.
They would say, they would identify me with my personality first, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Right, okay." So
Because- yeah.
this
I was
doesn't
told that, you know,
really
I
phase
can
you.
relate, because it got to the point they'd be like, no, it's Amina. She's always smiling. That one.
Yeah. And now there's this whole perception of, larger than normal people who are in general perceived to be bubbly.
Yeah.
Because we have overcome the struggle, so it doesn't faze us anymore. You see what I mean? And although people think, oh, if she's bubbly, that means that she really doesn't give a damn. It's not true. Because
We do.
we really do.
We do.
We really do.
Trust me. We do. But and then it gets to the point where sometimes I'm like, I'm alhamdulillah for the way I am, because if I was something else, God knows what I'd be
It
wearing.
might be worse. It might
Ooh.
be.
Oh yeah, that's another part. That's
God
another
knows
part.
what
I
I'd
was
be wearing. Because I used to
thinking.
think, if I was
That's really
like
true.
smaller, because the time I'd go and I'd pass the shop and they're this really cute short dress, and I'm like, ooh, if my name was Kristen, I'd probably wear that. You know? But then it's like, it's okay. And then some guys would probably be like, okay, coming from Nigeria, some guys would be like, you dress too elderly. Someone told me that. You dress too elderly. And I'm like, okay, so what do young people wear? And then he was like, I don't know. I'm like, if you tell me what young people wear, maybe I could start wearing it. Because for me, this is it. Then it got to a point that he asked me again, and I was like, you know what? I go by the thing, if you can't pray in it, don't wear it. That's just it. So that's what keeps me going now. If I wear something and I go out and it's like it's time for Asr or something, and I'm like, I can't start looking for a hijab, looking for looking for this and looking for that, looking for that. If I'm dressed modestly, I can just go in, perform my wudu, I can pray there. So that's what keeps me. That's what helps me. But despite the fact that deep down you're like, I mean, I'd like to be like a size 10, a size 8.
Like, say when you're like menstruating though, and obviously you can't pray, does that change in terms of like, no, because sometimes for me it does. Like on a day-to-day basis, I don't wear makeup because I know that I'm a person that has to do wudu frequently, and I just feel to myself that if I have makeup on and I'm doing wudu, I know that I'm not being true to myself. I'm dabbing, you know? I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not giving myself that good. But then when I'm menstruating, I just, I wear makeup because I know I'm not going to be doing wudu, and I just can't. I suppose I wear like looser, more comfortable clothes. So I'm just asking, like, does that change? That mindset?
No, honey. If I always feel if you want to look, you gotta look pretty. You gotta look pretty. For some people, they're too lazy to do makeup. For some others, I have a friend who has her face beat every day. Like when I can't see her without makeup on.
Yeah, people wake
and I'm so used to seeing her with makeup on. That if I don't see her with makeup on, I think something is wrong.
People that like when I started to like get into like actually wearing makeup properly, like. Someone that I actually know from my course reintroduced himself to me as if he never met me before, and I was just wow, that hurts. It actually hurts. And the thing is, like, nowadays, it's like, the makeup thing is just on the up and rise.
It's
like,
there.
If you're not wearing makeup, why are you not wearing makeup? Yeah, it's become a huge, like, fad. And, so
and, like, for us growing up, we never had the makeup craze.
Yeah.
It was all about, the most it will be is lip gloss. It had to be lip gloss. It had to have lip gloss because everyone had lip gloss.
Lip gloss. Everyone had it. Everyone had it. Lip gloss.
It had to be. You had to
we
have
were
lip gloss.
watching an old music video today, weren't we? Of Britney Spears.
And we were just saying, like, at that time, 90s, 2000s, makeup was so minimal on TV. So it wasn't a big deal, but it was always Britney Spears wearing the crop top showing her thing. Or, Whitney Houston with the really skinny legs and, things
Or
like that.
Naomi just gracing the catalog like it's nothing.
But you know what? You know how you were saying how, like, beauty is as much of a trial.
So beauty is as much of a trial as ugliness.
Yeah.
So in general, like, literally, if I was, like, born in 10, then, like you were saying, I'd probably be on Instagram every day, like, reminding guys I'm hot.
You're too much of a fitna. You still are.
Now that I'm older, when I was younger, I used to be very obsessed with, like, actually, I can't remember, but I think at a point in my life I was very obsessed with what's beautiful, who's ugly, stuff like that. I was like, oh, why am I beautiful? Like, just like you said, Amina, that like at one point we all wanted to just be like paler and like white because that was the in thing. But now that I'm older, I have this like mindset that beauty and ugliness are like, it's not what matters because it's a subjective thing. It is where you are, who you're with, what you've grown up to think is beautiful, and at the end of the day, it's attraction that matters.
Yeah.
Like if you're attracted, you might be more attracted to certain features in certain people than to other people. But ultimately, there are some people who are literally just attracted to personality and to intelligence. So I have this mindset that everyone's beautiful, but everyone's also ugly.
But also your perception, your perception of people changes depending on your positive or negative experiences with them. So if you have a really negative experience with a really cute guy, he's suddenly ugly to you.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, that is true.
So
That is
it-
very
so
true.
so personality actually does make it makes a huge
The one that doesn't
difference.
call you back, huh?
He's
Can I
like
get a
the
text back,
potential-
please?
he's like the potential man. No, but honestly, it does make a difference. And like, even when you speak like good of people, like it makes you look good as well. And when you speak bad of people, I feel like it kind of some of the bad aspects like latch onto you as well. So I think definitely personality is a huge factor of like the way we kind of are local people.
I think the whole idea of the ideal woman, when we were growing up, for me, I speak for myself, the ideal woman was continuously getting attention from guys, from girls, but mostly from guys. You focus on the guys.
Yeah.
Like if she can see
Ideal woman.
the image of the ideal woman for me personally was all about the ideal woman continuously and always had the attention from the guys and from the girls, but
The
you
male
focused
gaze, yeah.
at the males, and you thought, right, it was all about the attention. That's why the ideal woman had the power to walk down the street and everyone turn around, or the ideal woman had the power to be in the center of attention of a group of people, even if she didn't know them. So there was this phase during my teenage years where it was all about boy craze. What can I do to make a guy turn around and just sort of like.
No,
Oh,
I
shit's
to
good.
be honest,
Shit is
I
good.
completely understand.
You see
I'm
what I
probably
mean?
still in that phase.
But where it's like, you're so sick and tired of trying so hard, do you even really want the attention?
Exactly.
You don't. You really don't, because you
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, and not just that, you want someone to like you for
For who
you.
you are,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want people to like you because your makeup's on point that day. You
Yeah.
want them to like you
Yeah.
because you know what, you are an amazing person. Like,
And
you know?
yeah, related back to what you said of what advice would you give to a younger person, I just feel like you need to remember that like everything is all about everything is image.
Yeah.
Like all the
Yeah.
best Instagram girls, the girl that does the makeup well, Khloe Kardashian, Kim Kardashian, all of that is image. And honestly, it's just image, and image doesn't
That's
last
fake
long.
as well.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fake.
It's fake.
It's
as well.
fake.
So-
Like,
so-
no
yeah.
one's like, no one's.
There's always a new thing. That
Yeah.
is
Cool.
There's
That
always
is
a new
cool.
thing.
I mean now there's these
So-
new apps, right, that you can literally download and change
And edit
your
your
face.
picture.
Change your face. I'm not even joking.
Like
Forget
you.
edit your picture. Now you can make your face smaller, your eyebrows.
And
I
it
don't
won't
even
even look
know.
as if you edited it.
Yeah, it'll look natural as well. So everything is just.
But if we're taking it somewhere else,
Yeah.
and I'm saying like the ideal woman coming from, let's say, a cultural background.
Yeah.
As an African growing up, your parents instill it into you that an ideal woman is well educated, she has a job, and she has a man. Like, these are the stages.
Yeah.
Forget
Yeah.
what it's like nowadays, the young generation is Kim Kardashian, all
Yeah.
that. But if you put that aside and let's focus on what's really at hand, to be an ideal woman is, maybe if you go on TV, for example, and you're watching like Michelle Obama, she's highly educated, she's married,
Yes, girl.
she has kids.
Yeah.
She's gold.
She basically, that's it.
That's
That's
her
an ideal
ideal
woman.
woman.
She is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's
She
not-
is to guys. She
Yeah.
knows.
At the end of the day,
I'm
even
not
if,
gonna lie.
okay, fine, we're looking at, start off right.
No.
Don't get me
No.
wrong. She didn't
Yeah.
start off correctly.
Yeah.
But if you look at her, she's a businesswoman.
Yeah.
She's a mother. She's a wife.
Mhm.
She's still an ideal woman.
Yeah.
She still fits the
Yeah.
package.
Yeah.
So if you look at, for example, there's so many examples. They still fit the package of educate. Even if it's not educated, you're business oriented. You're married. You have kids. Like that's
You
support.
can
That's
juggle.
thank you. So if it's, let's move up a step. Let's go up to our parents' level.
Yeah.
That's what they classify as an ideal woman.
Yeah.
You need to, even if you didn't seek like education to the highest level, there's a level.
You need to be at a stage where you can depend on yourself without
Yeah.
having someone
Yeah.
to depend on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You
But
need
in
to be
terms-
strong.
yeah.
You need to be
Yeah.
able to do stuff.
Yeah.
Like you need to be able to wake up in the morning and know I have something to achieve today.
Mm.
obviously now we're still young and we're still growing. You wake up in the morning, oh my god, I don't want to go to class, or oh, excuse me, is like education necessary? I mean, I ask myself, I'm like, who's going back to school? Like, why am I here?
I mean, going back to social media, I mean, even if you look at Snapchat, like the Snapchat filters, how they're like the flower one, which is supposed to make you like a 5 to a 10. Yeah, it makes you lighter and your eyes bigger and your features more Caucasian. And it just kind of goes to show that we still, you know, a decade later, we still haven't left that mind frame of still, you know, that's the ideal notion of like what is considered to be beautiful. And like sometimes, you know how people are like, oh, I wish the Snapchat filter was my real face. Or like you won't post a picture of themselves without it.
Not a dog filter, I don't.
The dog filter still makes your face slimmer and your eyes bigger.
No,
but,
talk,
you know.
I don't like that filter, but you know.
Also, what lies now is it's moving from the American woman to the Latino, Hispanic woman.
Yeah.
So you need to be, as I said, you need to be like caramel brown, old tan.
Medium, medium.
You know, the hourglass body, the
Yeah.
nice hair,
Yeah.
and this is where you wonder what's going on.
Yeah.
Because now it's team natural, team curly hair, team bouncy hair.
Yeah,
It's
that's
no more.
what-
I was oh, this is school, straight hair in school, and then now everyone's saying, oh, embrace your curls.
Yeah.
Put on all this
It's all about dark-skinned girls
coconut
now.
oil.
Yeah.
The melanin
No,
habit.
it's not even,
Yeah.
it's not even that. It's cultural appropriation that's going on. It's
Now
just-
white girls are doing cameras all back.
Yeah,
Kylie
exactly.
Jenner is
Kylie
wearing
Jenner.
slippers and socks.
You know,
something
baby
that us
has-
South
I
Londoners
had
do.
like a white friend was like, why do you use a toothbrush to do your baby hairs?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it's not really, you know, it's not.
Like, you know how these Polish people, they wear like Ed Hardy and like, you know,
Oh,
you know them.
yeah.
Kylie
Yeah.
Jenner also wore something like that. They were like Kylie Jenner sets trends. Like obviously, like
That
I
sounds
feel like everything's changed.
You know, with
Exactly.
the two cane rolls back, I'm like, we've been doing this since we were
In
like 2.
Nigeria.
Yeah, Africa, we've been doing this since like we were 3. Then I woke up one morning and they're like,
There's
Kim
even-
Kardashian brings cane. I'm like, what?
There's even this Ethiopian, Somalian kind of hairstyle. I don't know who's from Somalia, but basically they have like very simple plaits. They have like really, really simple plaits, and then they'll have like a big plait.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
they go
like-
together.
Yeah, that's like that originates from like Ethiopia, Somalia. Them, you know,
It's like
yeah.
braided
And
hair.
now
Yeah.
everyone is, even I did that hairstyle. Let me not lie to you. Everyone is doing that hairstyle.
The same
Why?
thing, what I would give to them is that maybe don't try to be this ideal woman in society, but try to be a phenomenal woman. Kind of like how go and look at Maya Angelou's poem. Be a phenomenal woman, and be you. Embrace your differences. Embrace what is like, different about you. Like when I was younger, everyone was like loud. I'm like, now I'm just like, got something to say, I'll say it for you. You know, that's who I am, and it's just yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, you threw me really upset.
To follow up on her view, I would say the best thing for you guys and every one of us, create your own version of an ideal woman.
Yeah.
That's it. Create your own version.
I
Have
think
her
you should
in
be your
mind.
own ideal.
No one can ever be you. Do you get it?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
I always relate back to secondary school because secondary school has taught me so much about myself. Like if you grow up in South London, it's you can survive anywhere in London, in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Like in my secondary school, I remember,
They probably invented the word savage.
Like in secondary
It's tough.
school, everyone like I actually remember myself. Like I always used to do something like, for example, my eyebrows, right? So in year 9, I saw shaving cream in it. So I didn't want to thread my eyebrows because I followed my friend to go thread her eyebrows, and she just looked like she was in pain. So I took the shaving cream and then like obviously I shaped my eyebrows with it. Then when I came to school, I was like, oh my god, like you threaded your eyebrows. I thought you didn't want to thread your eyebrows, but I actually used shaving cream, and obviously an accident happened and a little bit of my hair came out in it. So obviously now I see all over YouTube my friends that were laughing at me because I used shaving cream in year 9. They were telling me they were doing it in year 11. So no one can like being yourself is literally the best thing ever. Like, because number 1, people will actually start copying you, and number 2, the fact that you're seeing people copying you, the fact that like something you're doing something original, something that you thought of yourself, will always
This
make you feel better.
epiphany from shaving cream.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're yourself,
Yeah.
and if you're true to yourself, you actually inspire a lot of people around
Definitely.
you.
Yeah.
And you have this positive warmness in you that spreads around everywhere, and you're like, oh, I think I should be more positive.
Yeah.
Because if you're confident in yourself, people
You
are
look
like, okay,
better.
then yeah, I believe in you too. If you
Yeah,
believe in yourself.
yeah.
If you're confident in yourself,
That
you
is
look
so true.
much more better. Like,
If you're if you're so confident, you can set ice to Eskimos. That's how
Definitely,
confident
yeah.
you just need to be confident.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
And
people are
I
scared
have-
to come out of like, oh, we need to follow like these people, we need to follow these people. I think a lot of
Yeah.
people are scared to be like
Themselves.
different and to be themselves. But once one person does it, then they're like, okay,
Yeah,
maybe like I
yeah.
can start like doing my own thing now.
Yeah.
And it
So
just
what
takes
is it?
time.
I was just going to say that the question says growing up. Unless you're 23, 24, 25, you're not grown up. You're
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
going through changes
Yeah.
in your body. I remember when I was 21 and I went to my dad and I said, what's going on? My boobs.
Hold on.
No.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I wasn't understand. I thought, well, 18,
she's
19,
close to her dad, isn't it? You're
Yeah,
close
let's
to
come,
her
let's come, let's come.
18, 19.
Yeah.
I'm done. Like my body's not going to change, but your body is constantly changing through all these years. You're not going to stay the same way.
Yeah.
And
It's
again, what I said about things always change. So today, if you're not in, maybe in the next 10 years down the line, you be the best thing that
Yeah.
happened since
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
So just think about that. You're still growing. You're still going through your
Yeah.
phase. You're
Yeah.
supposed to be kids. Enjoy it. Because
Yeah.
you look back and
'Cause
wish
everyone-
you enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's
If
true.
you enjoy your childhood,
That's
that's just
true.
it. Enjoy it. Enjoy.
You completely ignored her though.
I
You're
got-
like, oh shit,
Yeah,
that's
but
what she
you these two are a bit hidden in it, like they're just
Yeah, man, that's what
watching us
she
talk. How me? I'm still getting used to my highlight.